Hello, 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 all my Libras of the universe. It's your girl, Ascension 225, Tarot and Oracle, and I'm here to do your October 2025 reading. General energy, guys. General energy, whatever comes up is what Spirit wants and needs you to know, my beautiful Libras. And first off, before we start anything, I want to say happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, my Libras. Happy birthday to ya. Yes, my Libras. I hope you have a wonderful, festive, abundant Libra season, all right? Turn up, turn up. And Libra's in the house, making sure that all in the universe is balanced and harmony is restored. And I'm telling you, more than anything, we need that right about now. Right, Libra? I hope you're doing well, all my Libras. I hope you're doing well, abundantly blessed, happy just because you saw another day. You woke up, put your feet on the ground, and you were off and running. All right, so there's a lot to be grateful for. Throw it up to the Holy Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we are going to find out what's in your energy over the next 30 days for the whole month of October. In between, I'll be doing other readings for you, Libra, like love and finance. It's coming next. And maybe even a bonus one for you before your season ends. But this covers the whole 30 days. So if you need to take notes, take notes. If you need to save this video so you can go back and rewatch it, do so, okay? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I can't believe that it is just about October. I'm just like, where has 2025 gone? We just started it, but I think I've been saying that every year for the last few years because time just continues to speed up, all right? Now listen, Libra, you can skip over this intro if you want to, but it's very, very importante that you know that there's a lot of planetary movement going on above our heads, all right? There are 3 or 4 planets that are currently in retrogrades, all right? We've got Pluto, we've got Saturn, Neptune. I don't know about Pluto, but it could be, I don't know. There's 3 or 4 of them, okay? I'm just take my word for it, all right? There's a lot of Pisces energy happening now until the end of the year. Neptune is in Pisces currently, and this will be until the winter time, if not until the beginning of the year. This is a time for deep recalibration, you guys. That means, Neptune normally is the planet of illusions, right? Wearing rose-colored glasses, not seeing things clearly, possibly. It sort of reminds me of the moon energy, but worse, okay? But with it in retrograde in Pisces, things are coming much clearer now. I can see clearly now. Yes, people are taking those rose-colored glasses and throwing them on the ground and stomping on them, right? Doing the flamenco on those rose-colored glasses, okay? So this is a time for deep recalibration, balancing yourself out, seeing the illusions for what they are, illusions or delusions, okay? And then we have Saturn in Pisces as well for the next 1.5 years. It's normally 2.5 years, but we've already passed like 6 of those months, I think, somewhere around there. All right, and this is about, with Saturn being the teacher, the headmaster, headmistress, you gonna learn today, okay? In my worst Kevin Hart voice. Thanks, Spirit. This is going to be a time of deep knowing, all right? This is going to be a time of karmic lessons being learned, right? Those aha moments, which in turn enables spiritual growth, right? And spiritual expansion, which is why we're here. Lessons learned. Some people may become more disciplined, but most importantly, this is a time for self-discovery, okay? Tuning in to yourself and finding out more about yourself, right? Being more disciplined in the things that you do, discovering the things that you like, you don't like, whatever. The things that you want to keep in your life, things that you don't. That's what it's all about. This is going to be a deep learning session for all of us, okay, Libra? So keep us in balance, Libra. Keep us in harmony, okay? And, excuse me. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. I have listed my favorite astrologers and numerologists down in the description box, along with a little information about myself. And also, it helps if you have a copy of your birth natal chart. There's a free link where you can get a free birth natal chart, okay? All you need to put in is minimal information, no credit card, nothing, all right? And you get your free birth natal chart. You know your moon, your sun, your Venus, and everything else in between. And it helps if you know a little bit about astrology and numerology when you're listening to these readings, okay? So before we start, I'm going to just pause this so I can turn my fan on, which is way over there, and we're going to get started, okay? And do your girl a favor while I'm doing this, guys. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, okay? Helps the channel grow. I appreciate that. I think I turned the comments on. I think I did. I'll check to make sure the comments are on. But leave me a comment, an emoji, something like that. Let me know if it resonates, even if you have to inbox me privately. And you can also inbox me privately if you need a private reading, okay? Everything's in the description box, promo code, all that good stuff at ascension225tarot@gmail.com. All right, hold tight, you guys. Hold tight. Don't go. All right. That's much better. I have some air on me, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to do your reading, okay, Libra? Where do we start? All right. Since it's your birthday, you get a longer reading as long as it takes, okay, to get through this reading. All right, so we're going to start over here and work our way to the other side, and then we're going to get into the tarot. We're going to start off with the oracles first. Give me your oracle messages. If anything resonates with you, I would say write it down. You can always look back on it and see if any of this energy, because it may not jive right away, it may not resonate right away, but as you go through the month of October, I know a lot of my clients, they write their own notes that they can look back on. So just a suggestion, you don't have to. Do it your way, baby. It's Burger King. Okay. Let's go with what is the T for our Libras for the month of October, okay? All right, so we're starting with the tea leaf deck. It says valley. You may go through a valley, Libras. This is going to be a time of deep personal strength and peace that assures success for you. All right, that assures success for you. So everybody, we all go through peaks and valleys, right? Cain, you need to, and this could be the valley, all right? Libra, Cain, pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health, okay? Dark woman, you may be dealing or in a relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair, okay? Something may be happening in June. I've got June and happiness here. So, yeah, somebody, who knows, maybe getting married in June, going towards abundance and blessings and happiness, or something special is going to be happening in June that's going to bring you a lot of abundance and happiness. So that's fantastic. I love that. All right, so what other type of tea can you show us for Libras? I've got elusive, okay, intangible, dishonest, tricky type of energy. That could be that it feels like Seven of Swords type of energy. Maybe there's a people, place, or thing that's been elusive, mainly people, especially if we're talking about somebody being dishonest or tricky in your life or in your energy. And I've got come together in reverse. So whatever this is, this could be also the valley that Spirit's talking about. Maybe this is, with Neptune being in retrograde, maybe those rose-colored glasses are being thrown across the room, and maybe you're seeing things for what they truly, truly are. All right? And maybe the light bulb moments are this person or this situation is or feels completely dishonest. I don't know if that was a sign. I don't even know what the hell that was that just fell in there. I don't know. I mean, that could be a sign, all right, that somebody's dishonest or tricky, all right? And maybe that's what tore you apart. Maybe there's no more coming together, all right? This could be a friend, a family member, or a lover, okay? It says reconciliation, spiritual union, soul contract is in the gutter. It's in the gutter, guys. And somebody is really going through or will be going through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul. That's when you feel at your lowest. That's when you feel like I'm at my worst right now. I'm feeling at my worst right now. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And you having some come to Jesus moments, or whoever you pray to, whoever you subscribe to, all right? That's that dark night of the soul. Feeling of emptiness or separation from the divine, all right? Yeah. Those are not easy to go through, but necessary for spiritual growth, okay? You might be seeing synchronicities, all right? Lately, I've been seeing 222, 1111, 1010. How about you? Or you might, I remember in the year 2012, when I was going through a divorce, everywhere I looked, there was a sign that said, life is good. Everywhere I looked, on a coffee cup, on a bulletin board, on a t-shirt, I couldn't get away from it. But that was Spirit reminding me, hey, don't be down. Don't think the worst. Don't think that things won't get better. All right, because every time a door gets closed, new doors and windows open. Okay, new beginnings. All right. Look for those synchronicities. Spirit might be trying to send you a message, Libra. Ooh, this might be about a commitment. Might be about a marriage or a committed relationship. I want you to be part of my future, this says. But I'm sensing that this is a done deal for a lot of you. And I've seen this card before. This is the first time that I've noticed that their hands are sitting on cotton. All right, and if you've ever heard about cotton or seen real cotton, there's thorns, there's prickly parts of the cotton. So a lot of times when people were picking cotton, they had to wear some sort of protection or gloves or something. So maybe there are some thorns here or some prickly parts of this commitment. Could have been the tricky or the dishonest part. Somebody wants forgiveness, and at the bottom of this deck, I saw apology. So somebody wants forgiveness or an apology. Either you do or the other person does, Libra. I feel like there's been a separation here. No longer together. Okay, no longer together. Yeah. I saw apology and movement. Somebody is moving away from this situation. All right. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm not the type of tarot reader that sugarcoats things, all rainbows and bubble gum. Okay, this is real life, and we're dealing with real life. And I don't know about you, but when I listen to a tarot reading, for me, I want to hear truths. Okay, not sugarcoating. All right, and what was in the crossing is vulnerability, right? Vulnerability. Maybe somebody needs to be vulnerable in order to apologize or give or receive forgiveness. Maybe somebody needs to be vulnerable. Maybe that's the problem, is somebody won't allow themselves to be vulnerable, okay? And it's really hard. It's really hard to have a deep connection with somebody when you only are able to peel back the surface and you can't get any deeper than that. The person will not allow any more layers to be revealed. That requires vulnerability. Okay? Wow. All right. So, intuitive messages. What would the Ascended Masters or your ancestors, what sort of intuitive messages would they like to give you, Libra? I've got, this is definitely a test. It's definitely a test. All right? Yeah. Life's challenges are opportunities for growth. You may be facing a difficult decision or a situation, Libra, but don't shy away from it. Embrace this test, and you'll emerge stronger and wiser. Yeah. Didn't I say that Saturn is here to teach us deep karmic lessons that help us evolve? Because once you face something that could be devastating, a breakup, a divorce, whatever, okay, it kind of propels you into a spiritual growth spurt. Okay, so this is a test. The answer is yes. The answer to your question is yes. Have you been hesitant about a decision? The universe is giving you a clear sign to move forward. Movement. To move forward. Yeah. Trust the path. Trust the universe. Universe, not universe. And in the crossing cards in my readings normally are very, very strong energy that Spirit's like, yeah, I need you to know this, okay? It can also be that maybe there is an obstacle or a blockage, okay, for you to get to whatever this is, all right? Freedom. What is your blockage? All right? Spirit's telling you the path is clear, Libra. You don't have to stay in this situation. Spirit has much better and greater things for you. You have to make the ultimate decision whether you're going to take the red pill or the blue pill. And if this is a commitment or a marriage or a friendship or a family member that's been tricky or dishonest and has created some sort of situation, then you might want to think about it. But Spirit says yes. Yes. The path is clear for you to have the freedom that you seek. Okay? Yeah. All right. I like it. Okay. And angels, do you have any messages for Libra? Angels say, have faith. You are being surrounded or covered with the cloak of protection. You are being divinely protected by Archangel Michael, okay? The worst is behind you, Libra. It's behind you. And you're ready to move beyond the challenges that you have been facing, okay? You're safe now. Let go of the old and stop waiting for history to repeat itself. No. Like a dog chasing its tail. All right. This is a 9-year. 2025 is a 9-year. It's the year of purging and releasing people, places, or things that don't serve us anymore, don't love us anymore, don't care for us, support us, protect us, whatever. This is it. And 2026 is a 10-year. It's a time for new beginnings. All right? New beginnings. All right, you're safe. Stop repeating history, okay? If you feel you're stepping into the unknown, know that your angel, especially Archangel Michael, all right, the protector, is holding your hand, leading you on. And if you ever have any fear or doubt, Libra, recite this mantra. I am safe and protected by angels. I am safe and protected by angels. I like that. Oh my God, no! Oh, no, no! I didn't even see this! What? Get the F out of here. I love Spirit. Spirit, you are amazing. Look at this. Listen, if I pre-shuffle the cards, I am already in the zone. I am already channeling. I did not even realize that both of these cards said the same damn thing. Faith. Square. Libra. Oh my goodness. Faith. I feel like this is a scale, right? This is a scale. Right? This is a scale. It's not like this. The scale is like this, or is coming to be in harmony. Moving mountains. Trust in your ability to create miracles, Libra. The impossible is becoming possible. Have faith. OMG. That's amazing. See what happens when you're in the zone, you're channeling? My gosh. Woo! Anyway, that's amazing. All right. How many times can I say amazing? I don't know. 100 more times. Okay. So, we have a few more oracles, and then we'll get into the tarot. We do have a full moon. Is it a full moon? I think it's a full moon in Aries, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm incorrect, somebody, or I'll put it in the comments. But we have a new moon coming up on October 6th. Okay, and so I got a few moonology cards to see what Spirit wants you to know, what Mother Moon wants you to know. It says first quarter moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn season is part of December and January. All right, and it says unleash your kindest self. Unleash your kindest self during the first quarter moon in Capricorn season. Okay, and then I've got partial solar eclipse. Well, we just had a solar eclipse on the 21st, okay, along with the new moon, okay, and it says the light in the shadows. Embrace shadows and use the energy of the eclipse to illuminate what needs to be seen. Yeah. Now, we had a solar eclipse on the 21st of September, which was a week ago. And we will still continue to feel the eclipse energy maybe for a few more weeks. Who knows? It could be even a few more months. All right. It could be until the end of the year. I don't know. But take this eclipse energy and shine some light into those shadow areas of yourselves that you try to keep covered up, right? Maybe they're not the most attractive parts of you. Most people's shadow sides aren't. If you anger easily, if you hold grudges, if you do certain things, that's part of your shadow side. That's part of your side that maybe you're not so proud of, you know. But you can't always just focus on your light side. You've got to shine light into those shadows and uncover them so that you can continue to be an even better version of yourself, right? So put some light in those shadows, okay, Libra? Yeah. All right. I'm going to save these for last. All right. And I'm going to show you now. How many of you out there practice self-care? Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay. Do you know what self-care is? Taking care of yourself splurging on yourself, pampering yourself in whatever way, whether that's meditation or exercise or taking a bubble bath or whatever soothes your soul. Okay, that's what you should be doing, okay, to put yourself back into some sort of stasis, all right? Create a routine, Libra. If you're like me, I'm an air sign, and we're scattered all over the place, honey. I don't know, man. Maybe because you're a Libra, maybe you are more in tuned. I don't know, especially your cardinal sign. Maybe you're more organized than other air signs. I don't know. Excuse me. Focus on your financial goals. Focus on financial goals. And make some new damn friends. Make some new friends. Alright? Especially if you're going out of an old situation into a new situation, maybe changes of scenery, changes of people, and all that other good stuff will be helpful, okay? Alright. Okay. So let's get into the tarot. We're going to save these two cards for last. This is your universal message as well as your angel numbers, okay? Alright. So, yeah. So I asked Spirit to show you the most important spirit animal energy that you need to embody during the month of October, and we got the dragonfly. I love dragonflies. Actually, I have a tattoo of a dragonfly on my foot. It's one of my I feel a dragonfly is one of my spirit animals, okay? And it says adaptability. How adaptable are you? Well, we're air signs. We're pretty adaptable, right? Yeah. It says the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you, Libra, to bring a bit more lightness. Now, didn't we just talk about a bit more light shown in different parts? Especially those shadows, right? It's reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential. Approach things lightly. Alright, oh, I'm not thinking, this is lightly, like softly, not light. Okay, got it. Be adaptable. Be this dragonfly, okay? Alright? And take things lightly, but just, have more joy and lightness in your heart, and don't be tripping on this or that or stressed about this or that, right? It's in order to bring the changes needed to reach your full potential. Approach things lightly and be flexible, be adaptable. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so now before we get head in to the tarot, I asked Spirit to give me two of the most important major arcanas that pertain to Libra's energy for the next 30 days. The first one that came out is Death, Scorpio energy, and I really feel as if, Libra, that you are putting certain people, places, or things, situations, whatever, giving it a proper burial, putting it to death, giving it a proper burial, and closing and locking the door. And when you do that, like we said, other doors and windows open up, right? So death and rebirth, that also will give some sort of spiritual growth and knowledge and lessons learned, right? I love this. And after that, you've got the World, accomplishments, right? Closures, things, chapters and cycles closing out so that a new cycle or chapter can begin. This is the last of the major arcana. This is number 22 card or 21 card. It just, whoever you talk to, it might differ, okay? But this is the 21 or the 22 card, and the card following this is the Fool card, the Zero card, or the New Beginning card. Taking a leap of faith and knowing everything's going to be okay. Jumping off that cliff and starting fresh and new. I like it. What is it that you're putting to death so that you can start this a brand new chapter? Could it be a divorce, a breakup, the ending of a friendship, or with a friend or a family member, possibly a co-worker? I don't know. It has to do with something. It has to do with a commitment. Let's just put it that way. All right. You know your situation better than I do. All right. Holy Spirit, we are tapping in and tuning into. I'm using the Neo-Punk Arcana Tarot deck. Holy Spirit, this is for Libras. What's the most important message? What the hell? Wait a minute. Okay. Am I okay? Okay. Alright. I think I'm good. Alright, so this is for the month of October. What are the most important messages that our Libras need to hear, see, feel during this reading, Holy Spirit, that can give them the advice that they need, guidance, or a spiritual hug, whatever it is, for Libra. What's on the bottom? I've got the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. What's going to make you happy, Libra? 9s are basically you as an individual, according to the tarot. The 10s are when you combine forces with another person. So what is it that's going to fill your cups up? What's going to make you happy? What's going to make you content? What's going to make you happy just because? That's the question that you should be answering yourself. All right, Holy Spirit, off the top of the deck, what is the main energy for this reading? The High Priestess. Oh yeah, baby. More watery energy, honey. And this definitely is that Pisces energy that we talked about at the beginning of this reading. Pisces in full effect, baby. Okay? Yes. The High Priestess doesn't make a move without consulting Spirit. Doesn't make a move without consulting Spirit. Got to hear Spirit's voice come through those intuitive parts, right? Third eye, crown, wherever. But she is not making a move until Spirit speaks, right? And guides. And advises. Yeah? Okay, so that's the main energy. So either you are totally tapped in and tuned in to your intuitive voice, right? Or maybe it's a little bit like this, right? Maybe this is Spirit saying, hello, we've been trying to speak to you. We've been sending you synchronicities and all this other stuff. You still aren't listening. We need you to be tapped in. All right? Okay. All right, Holy Spirit. What else? What else? What else? We have got the 4 of Wands. The Hangman. The Star. I'm going to do one row of 4 each. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. All right, let's shuffle maybe once or twice more for the bottom row. This is for the bottom row. Please give us more clarification for the bottom row, Holy Spirit, for our Sagittarians. Okay? We've got the Death card. Oh, yeah, baby. We've already talked about that. The Emperor. We got a lot of major arcanas here. The Knight of Cups. And last, we've got the 9 of Swords. Page of Pentacles on the bottom. Alright, what's going on here? What's going on here, Holy Spirit? Please show and tell. right, so we've got the Four of Wands. Now, we already saw that this is about a commitment. More than likely, a marriage. Am I right? Yeah. Commitment. Could be some thorns, which is why maybe this has come undone and may no longer come back together because somebody was tricky and dishonest and elusive, maybe with the truth. I don't know. The Four of Wands also represents marriage. It represents home. That safe place to fall, right? Where you feel safe. Yeah. Yeah, the fours, according to numerology, are about safety, security, and stability. A foundation, a real foundation. Maybe the dishonesty and the trickery, maybe that has somebody questioning this connection for sure. Somebody's in this hangman, stuck like Chuck, not able to move. Maybe needing to see things from a higher perspective or a different perspective, right? Maybe somebody feels persecuted in a way, yeah? But this hangman has somebody stuck. The hangman is all about pausing, okay? Maybe you need to take a pause, yeah? Like the card said, approach things lightly, okay? Maybe you need to just lay back for a little bit and focus on yourself and pamper yourself, right? Maybe until you can get a higher perspective or a different perspective of the whole situation. All right? The hangman can also be about making really bad decisions and possibly self-sabotage, shooting yourself in the foot, right? Yeah, could be about that as well. Got the star energy, Aquarius energy. This is about you having unwavering faith that no matter what this situation is, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There are happier times. There are gifts coming from Spirit with you having unwavering faith. This is all about healing as well. Healing what hurts. Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is you coming across as this Queen of Pentacles, this very abundant queen. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn energy, but the Queen of Pentacles could also be how you're coming across, because the Queen of Pentacles, she is wifey. She is that loyal partner. She is that ride or die. And I say she because it's feminine energy. It doesn't matter your gender. All right? She makes sure the home and everybody in it is taken care of, right? Plus bringing home her own abundance. We got the death card. We already discussed that a death and a rebirth is required. I mean, maybe with this emperor, or maybe with this emperor, Aries energy, or maybe for you to become this emperor energy, this leader that you may strive to become or want to become, but maybe you need to put certain things to death so that you can rise. The Emperor is a leader, a protector. Then I've got this Knight of Cups here. Knights are warriors as well as messengers. So I don't know. This Knight of Cups may have a message of an emotional message or a message of love or a love offering here. It's coming across in night energy, and that's pretty young energy, either young or immature energy, okay? And it could be new, a new offer or renewal of an offer of love, but somebody is all in their head, 9 of Swords, depressed, anxious, can't eat, can't sleep because of this situation. It's creating this anxiety. Yeah, maybe it's creating this anxiety because maybe they're the ones that messed up, possibly. I want to get a third layer. Holy Spirit, can I have a third layer, please? A third layer. What is this energy on the table for Libra? Can I have a third layer, please, for this story for Libra? On the bottom, I've got 4 of Swords. Remember we talked about you practicing self-care? Yeah. This is you practicing self-care, but the 4 of Swords normally comes after the 3 of Swords, after disappointment, after heartbreak, after somebody rips your heart apart, right? And then it's time to recover, to try to repair your heart. Either that, or this is you needing to give back to yourself. Okay? All right, Holy Spirit, what else do we have here for the final layer? We've got the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Devil. Wait a minute, hold on. First of all, let me count how many major arcana are in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of 13 cards, 7 of them, over half of them, are major arcanas. Not counting the 2 major arcana over here. Alright, so we've got Ace of Cups. I really feel that as far as this marriage, this commitment, this home, there's going to be a death and rebirth here for sure. Okay, there's going to be a death and rebirth here. And then I've got the Ace of Cups in the final layer. Maybe you need to put an ending to this so that you can find new love. New love that's overflowing. New love that won't be dishonest or tricky or 7 of Swordsy type of energy, right? This is also another reminder for you to love on yourself. Give back to yourself, Ace of Cups. Make sure that your heart space is overflowing so that when this new love comes towards you, Libra, you're ready, baby. You're ready, ready, ready. All right. Then you've got the, it's time to, you're going to be walking away from something. I feel like you're in this hangman trying to see things from all different aspects, right? Maybe about this Emperor here, right? Hubby, right? Or spouse, okay? Father, or baby daddy, or whatever, okay? Well, you'll be walking away from this. Something that you put a lot of time and emotion into, but for some reason it's no longer serving you. Okay? And then we've got the Hierophant, the other marriage card. This is also about, those traditions and those core values. Maybe it doesn't align with your core values or what you were taught growing up. This could be you also getting a better understanding or a better spiritual understanding of the situation. You could also be maybe you're seeking some sort of advice from maybe a hierophant, somebody who's spiritually wise, right? A pastor, a priest, a rabbi, whoever, a friend who's spiritually wise, who can give guidance and advice about the situation. This double energy, I don't know, maybe you're the only stable one in the connection, because I've got the Queen of Pentacles, very stable, right? But there's some sort of anxiety here with the Nine of Swords, and then we've got the double energy. Maybe there's some sort of toxicity, right? Maybe there's some sort of toxicity to the connection, to the relationship. Maybe there are addictions. Maybe if somebody's dishonest and untrustworthy, that will also fall into this double energy. All right. This also represents Capricorn energy. And we saw it from your Moonology card. It says, first quarter moon in Capricorn. Time to unleash your kindest self. So Capricorn. So there could be a Capricorn in your life, but I feel like this double energy is creating some sort of anxiety in this connection or in you, Libra. I don't know. All right, what's on the bottom? We saw the Four of Swords, you practicing self-care and healing your heart. If there is any disappointment or heartbreak, right? Yeah, I've got Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Now, with the Eight of Cups, there are still two cups, two viable cups out there, right? Yeah. So you could be walking away from your Eight of Cups to go towards this Two of Cups. Or maybe this is what's waiting for you when this new love comes around somewhere, sometime, in divine timing. All right? The twos are all about making a choice. Maybe this is a choice between lovers. Maybe, I don't know. You know, I mean, there's so many different variables to energy, but this is about a Two of Cups situation. All right? There could have been somebody competing for the same person. We've got Five of Wands, competition, conflict, not seeing eye to eye, but there's definite competition here. So there's what is going to bring you this wish fulfillment? Nine of Pentacles. We saw the Nine of Cups. What's going to fulfill you? Especially once you move past whatever this is. What's going to fulfill you? What's going to fill up your heart center? Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is you solo dolo on your own, not needing anybody. You're abundant AF. All by your lonesome. Okay? Yeah. Having a partner or a best friend or whatever, that's a bonus. Okay? Because you're fine all by yourself with the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So we saw the Death card twice, and we've seen the World card twice. It's time to wrap it up, baby. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up. Something's coming to closure. Chapters ending. And new beginnings are to follow. Libra. Yeah. Nine of Wands. You're determined, that's for sure. Determined to end a painful cycle. Be determined to end this painful cycle. The cycle where you got stabbed in the heart 2-3 times, right? Yeah. And maybe some of those other swords were sticking out your back. All right. Maybe somebody wanted you to compete for them. You know what I mean? Maybe even after you were married, they were still playing games. Eight of Swords. Somebody felt trapped. Maybe somebody felt trapped in this marriage or this situation, right? No worries. It's time to end it. Chapter close. Chapter close. Maybe you're all in your head about this whole situation, or maybe this whole situation has you feeling trapped, Libra. Eight of Swords. Because of this third-party situation. Possibly third-party situation. 3 cups instead of 2 cups, right? Yeah. Alright. That's about it. That's as far as we're going to go with that. So, the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. What areas of your light, what areas of your life need light shown into them? Okay. It's time for you to free yourself, Libra. The answer is yes to your question. This was a test. Karmic lessons are being learned, remember? Saturn's going to make sure of that. And for you to become this all-knowing high priestess that never doubts your intuition, never doubts that voice that says, they're not being honest. They're not being true. They actually have you in a third-party situation. Right? Yeah. Alright, angel numbers. Okay, the first angel number I have for you, Libra, is 1011. And it says, take action. Take action. Take action. New beginnings, fresh starts. You're finding your purpose. Spiritual awakening. And we've got 1313, starting fresh. I can't make this up. Starting fresh. I ain't got time to be manipulating none of this. No. Yeah, starting fresh. New beginnings. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Yeah? Stepping out of your comfort zone and create something meaningful for yourself. Building up your confidence and trusting your own decisions. I love it. 1011 and 1313. And finally, your universal message. It says, every situation in life is temporary. We talked about that it's only temporary and that the sun is going to shine again, right? Every situation in life is temporary, Libra. So when life is good, make sure you enjoy it and receive it fully. When life is not so good, remember that it will not last forever and that better days are on the way. Better days are on the way, Libra. You might have to go through this valley. You might have to go through this valley, okay? Yeah, might have to go through this valley, but don't let it affect your health. Pay attention to your health, mind, body, and spirit. Because sometimes stress and situations, maybe going through a divorce or breakup or ending a relationship of any kind, you go through that whole grief process. So make sure that you practice self-care so that you don't become unwell. All right? Happiness and abundance and blessings is coming in June. Okay? All right, Libra. That's it for now, and I hope this resonated in some way. All right? All right. Take care. God bless. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Libra. God bless.